It is live. It is live.
Yeah,
Namaskar, this is Vandana from Chicago. This is live. Your seconds are going on.
yeah. So just I was uh, preview. Preview. Namaskar. I'm Kumar Akes, and you're watching Global Governance News TV. Today, we're going to discuss the China and India new twist in the bilateral relationship. Last 3 4 days, how China is trying to activate themselves against India. What is this, and why, and what for? Why they are doing? I, I think due to the quiet, I think this is a new, recently, 2 days back, quadrilateral economic forum, the development of the on the world level, how the UAE and uh, and uh, Israel and USA and India came together, and quite the Australia, Japan, India, and USA came together. So all as minus China. It may be reason, but so many regions are there. Just what we are going to discuss, and then we'll discuss what is a new turn and why new twist. And last I think 4 5 months back, how just we have seen the last year how the Galwan Ghati, how just he evacuated, and after the so many discussions, bilateral discussions, that will just try to cool the situation. Recently, I visited Nautla border, also see the how the border of the India and China is together, and how the both side of the military are vigilant for their border. But how just we can see that our borders are safe, and China nature we know, this is how they are going to with the expansionist theory. But mm, our real and our the main, and just we have the soul culture is the Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. We never just go to destroy any religion, any country with our ethos, whatever they do, other they did and trying to do that your own problem. If you see the China-India relationship, this is a long relationship, and this in recent since 1950. And if you see this recently the cultural relation also, and just with education relation also, and if you see the just the political relation also, and business, commercial, and economic relation also, the 12th largest trade partner of China, total bilateral trade registered a reduction 2.93 year on year to reach US 92.89 billion US dollar. India's export to China decreased by 4.55% year to year to US to 17.97 billion dollar. And India's import from China also witnessed a drop by 2.54% to US to 74.92 billion dollar due to impact of the COVID this year. In 2022, this is latest data by the Ministry of External Affairs of India. The overall trade with China saw a reduction of 13.1% in January to September 2020, USD $60.5 billion, as compared to the same period in 2019, USD 69.7 billion. And as we know, how the who is the responsible for the COVID, Wuhan coronavirus, of course, this China well knows it. And the USA also just made a committee for the submitting the 90 days report, I think, already completed and going to submit. And we'll discuss later on that. So, how the growth in bilateral relation, uh, India, Russia minus USA, there is a BRICS. The BRICS Bank is headquartered in China. This is the greatness of India, just the offer and the leadership of our Narendra Bhai Modi. And just to, we see the early history, the East Chameleon deeds of the Indus Valley origin has been excavated from the various archaeological sites in China, dating from Western Zhou and the Spring and Ottoman period. China and India have also the same contact before the transmission of Buddhism. As our Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, we have given the Buddha, they have given the Yuddha. Yuddha means war. We have just given the peace, Shanti. So this is the nature of China. Everybody know it, but how China is go for the war or not, matter of the questions, and how they will go for the other ways, that's also matter of question, and how the blender done by the former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru for the country, and due to his great fault, we faced the war in 1962, but some experts say that was not a war, that was some military exercises, whatever China captured, some no one's land, bilateral trade, and so many things just we have discussed. But recently, we can share with our viewers also. Now we have the IBP, Indian Battles Group, especially formed for to fight the China. This is the best news from the India. We have the expert from India, Mr. Subodh Kumarji. He is already live in the Peking and work for the China radio sometimes. And we have the senior journalist from Chicago,
Namaskar.
USA, Vandana Jhingan. So I start from today. Subodhji. Subodhji, just you see the situation, how they're going with the respect of India and how we're going to face it, what is reality. Unmute yourself, please. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we have to look at the Chinese history in the trade and the growth of the Chinese history. China's economy was a very low, even the lower than the India till the 71 to 75. It happened when the then Xiaoping, after death of the Mao Zedong, then Xiaoping, he became the general secretary of the Communist Party of the China, and then he started inviting. And then there is another notorious, or the economist, whatever I can say, the next, because the Americans, they've lost so many wars in the world, like lost the Vietnam War, and because of that, they took the advice from the Brzezinski to diffuse the Cold War situation. And Brzezinski advised, instead of the tackling the Russia, the Soviet Union that time, it's better to pump the money in the China. And China, they got all the money from the America, in the United States of America, from the labor intensive industry, which created a huge job opportunity in the China, and Chinese economy boomed from there. Brzezinski recently, he died in America, and he was such an stalwart. When he died, then all the president, they came in his condolence meeting, like in Barack Obama, then before the Bush, senior Bush, junior Bush, everyone was there present in their this one. So he was such a brilliant. He was a policeman. He was not an American. He was in a Polish, migrated from the Poland to United States of America. This is a history. So China does not have the capability of the innovation which America has got it. America is a very innovative country, but China is in execution. So the Chinese become the no hub. China does not have the capability. Another facts about the China fought the war in 114 years before. Till then, that the China never fought any conventional war with any country, right? And they don't have the such kind of the experience. In the 1962, which you can give the alternatively to this one, it was a no man's land. They captured it. When the Indian army came in the Arunachal Pradesh face to face, they ran away. So they don't have the war uh, strategy. The Chinese, they want India to be with them. This is a fact. Chinese divorce even the Pakistan any point of time. That they don't know, no problem with them. Chinese wants the India should become the strategic partner and Russia, so that they can teach the lesson to the United States of America. This is their strategy. In this strategy, India is a misfit country. Misfit in the sense, we had a war, he hadn't captured our land, we are asking to return the land, he does not want to do that. So he keeps on the twisting your arms the time and again, so that he should remind that no, you are a big country, big investment zone, but you are my neighbor, and I can take care of you. I can teach you the lesson. So they have started in the Ladakh, in Bhutan, and then they have started in the Ladakh, and in all these things the demarcation line is not there, so the opposition take the advantage of that, even the whether we have entered into that land or they have entered into that land. The no demarcation, because McMahon line is not in a conform line in the between these two countries. Third weakness of the China, that the China today, the present China, and we share the border with the Tibet, not with the China. We should always call it the Tibet, not China. We should not become the no the generous with them. We say the Tibet, because they have occupied the Tibet. China is an Han dynasty, is 2,000, 3,200 kilometers away from the Tibet, right? So if they go for the all the logistic system in the Tibet area, it is a very difficult. We are present in the South China Sea, because with the cooperation of the Vietnam, we
Yeah.
we have already supplied the BrahMos to the Vietnam.
There
This
is
is a
also
very
US presence and so many countries presence there. Yeah.
yes. So in
Yeah.
South China Sea, and in South China Sea, it's in a Malay Ganimat. Everybody wants to loot it, right? Russia is interested, America is interested, India is also interested. Although right with and we have already supplied the BrahMos to Vietnam. This is the biggest concern for the China, because China already fought war with the Vietnam.
Yeah, the
This
BrahMos
is
is
the
a very
greatest
wonderful project from the India, actually.
India,
Just
right?
with the
So
formula of Dr. Kalam. Just
now
yeah,
the China knows that if the anything, any escalations of the war will take place in the two sides, one in the Ladakh, another side in the South China Sea. And the China, which the China we say that like in a Shanghai, Beijing, and all, they are all in the Chinese, in the southern part of the China, right?
okay.
So from there, the population concentration is very high. In Tibet, population concentration is lowest in the world, lowest in the world. Why do they capture the Tibet? The only two reasons for the land, and second is the river, the water supply. So this is the main strategy for the Chinese. Chinese are not going to fight any
So what
war,
you but there is a reason
but
actually.
arm twisting they can keep on doing with you, right?
Yeah, why and
Right.
what for? But Vandanaji, why the
Reason
arm
is
twisting? And
reason
although
is they are
I'm coming to
constructing
you.
the road.
No, I'm coming to you, Subodhji. I just Vandanaji, despite the all facts, as we know, China is not going to fight the war. They have no such capacity to fight with India. But why? And what is the US angle in this relationship? How do you analyze, Vandanaji?
Namaskar.
Yeah.
A very interesting topic, actually. And
Yeah.
it is, the new twist in the bilateral. We just know that recently, in the earlier this month, they had a
Yeah.
13th bilateral talks, and that completely failed because the intent from the country who has given us the virus, the COVID virus, is not been clean from day one, to be honest, and everybody is aware of it. And Subodhji did clarify very, very well that economy of Bharat versus the economy of China before 70s, and how China became what China is today. This is a point for people to realize. China was not China, and it is in all the countries. So this is what the China's problem is, because he is feeling, the country, the nation of China is feeling totally isolated. Let this be the talks which is going between Israel, UAE, US, and the fourth country, I just missing, so, and then the Quad, again, fourth countries.
No, Israel, UAE, India, and US. They are
Yeah,
coordinated
yeah,
economic
yeah.
forum. Yeah.
Bharat, I forgot to say
Yeah. Yeah.
Bharat.
Yeah.
Four
Yeah.
nations. So
Yeah.
there also, China is not there. When we talk
Yeah.
about the Quad, it
Yeah.
is Japan, Australia, and
Yeah.
US, and in
And
Bharat.
India.
So
Yeah.
then also China is missing. So
Yeah.
somewhere they are being, there is a
Frustration. So, yeah.
there
Yeah.
is a nexus which is getting together to isolate China. Nobody wanted it, to be very honest, because it has been going on for years, like, but the intent over, like, means if we just see how the life of the people of China,
Yeah.
every individual at some point of time is using Chinese products. But
Yeah.
are the people living in China are able to consume the Chinese products by themselves? No, because
Yeah.
their lifestyles are very. So that is where the democracy countries are getting together. To see पर्दे के पीछे का जो scene है, that is very, very painful.
Yeah.
So that has
Yeah.
to be seen. But on the contrary, I was just discussing with somebody yesterday, how they eased out doing
Yeah.
business with China. It is the need of the hour for Bharat to learn. Bharat is still not there, to be very honest, no matter what you say. Our bureaucrats and all, they have to. If I go at 10 o'clock in the Chinese consulate in downtown Chicago, I will be out by paying just $100 and get a visa, multiple entry visa, within 2 hours. Within 2 hours. There is no third party involved. There is no outsourcing involved. On the other context to it, because pandemic, it's was it in China too, to be honest, like everybody knows that. Did they
Yeah.
close it? But here the businesses are suffering. Now the government of India is trying to open up, okay, that we will be opening up tourism in the because it has to be, you have to put all the components, Kumar Rakesh ji, together. Let's
Yeah.
put
You're
it
right.
this way. India
Yeah.
has suspended all the visas that has given by the government of India for 10 years. Now you have to obtain an emergency visa. And you know how much nightmare it is to obtain a visa? It's not easy. And now they are opening tourist visa from, I'm just bringing all these points together so people restrain themselves. It is because can't you do it online itself? You already had a visa, validate my visa. That's it. But you want another visa, that visa will stay suspended
Okay.
from 15th
Okay.
November. So doing business with China made things very, very easy. But still, even this year itself, the trade between India and China has been 100 billion so far. That has, because it is not going to shed away overnight. It
No,
will
no,
take.
Vandana, you are talking about the business, the bilateral trade between the two countries,
That's
and
what I.
how is it easy in China, not in India. That is matter of concern and matter of question. Agreed. But I just
No, I
Sumitji,
brought
how?
the India and China itself. The
Yeah,
means the
yeah, you're
trade
right.
themselves.
You're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
yeah.
I agreed. So
And
that is
then
the
the
point.
border
Yeah,
tension, when we talk
yeah,
about that, has impacted.
yeah.
And but it is the need in today's time that people should means have that in mind, Subodhji, that okay, I am ready to sacrifice. I don't need to use it. Like,
Yeah.
because that cannot be taught by the government. That
We,
cannot,
we
because
said the last one in India,
no,
but
it
it is
is
still
coming,
exists.
but it is
Yeah.
still not there because
How
availability
the government of India
versus.
banned the so many apps, so many
No, no,
apps.
apps
Yeah,
ban is by the government. But
yeah,
I'm talking about the will of the individual that
yeah,
was consuming little expensive over cheaper product, which will just last for few days only. So
yeah.
that is, again, it has to be educated. Media has to play a very big role into that.
Very good. Yeah,
Means,
you're
like,
right.
to let
You're
the
right.
people know about it. I do
You're right.
recall, and everybody's going to, because the product quality, what it used to be earlier and what it is today, वो एक हिंदी में कहावत है, महंगा रोए एक बार, सस्ता रोए बार बार. So
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
इसलिए
you,
सस्ता सस्ता रोना है तो चाइना जाइए. ठीक
yeah.
है.
So
I got it. So but I
depending
just
on these equipments, what you get from, you don't need to change it every year. It is very
yeah,
expensive, very, very
yeah,
expensive. So
yeah.
coming to the bilateral relationship, India didn't agree on terms. They kept some terms with them, like,
Okay.
and
So
they are not agreeing. Earlier, there used to be a statement which used to be one unified statement after the talks. This is for the first time. They gave their own statement, Bharat gave their own statement. And border with, when you say that Tibet, which has been occupied by China, we should start saying that. Why China has done it? Because with Bharat and
they
Pakistan,
already government of India is doing
LOC,
whatever.
but for China, it is not LOC.
LAC, like
Yeah.
actual control, LOC
So
Sarva
that
Bharat
can be
Pakistan.
200 kilometers away. And that is
Yeah.
what they are taking advantage of it, coming and occupying our land.
That is also matter of concern. What is
Yeah.
LSE and how LSE warrant said must this time of break, and after the break, just will go to
Thank you.
Subodhi, and then we'll take the all inputs how the LSE is going on. Welcome after break. Just we are discussing how the Vandana ji just highlighted the ease doing the business in the India and China and the comparative study. Just see just brought the picture and how just India is doing, how the China is doing, how the Chinese product in India, just most of the ban, and how the awareness against the Chinese goods. Recently, I went to the market. I was trying to one power bank. So shopkeeper Xiaomi product say give me. I said no, I'll not take. This is my personal experience, and whatever I did it, I just am sharing with my viewers and the all globally. So this is my perception. And same some person another customer came to the same place and he just placed the two products. This is the Indian and this is made by the Indian. This is Samsung and this is a Xiaomi. This is good and cheaper also. Then another that this is 4 5 days back. I am telling you. So that customer no Chinese product तुम्हारे पास इंडिया वाला है तो दो या दूसरा कंपनी का दो हम नहीं लेंगे. So this is type of the awareness is going to be increasing day by day. Subodh this is also good thing for the Swadeshi just product that should be adopted. And BJP and other wings of the
It's a
BJP has
it's
been
a very
already,
nice
yeah,
it's a very nice concept. One should do it,
yeah,
but the question is, can we afford it? It is
yeah.
not, because we are
Well, sir,
living in
well,
the
so many ways we are going to afford it. For your kind information, last the times, Corona times, PPE, आपदा में अवसर, whatever the Prime Minister announced, I am just trying to share with you 7,000 crore INR. The business has been done with the making in India with the PP kit, gloves, and so many items, medical equipments and instrument has been first time started to make in India. This is also a good development. I'm telling you, Subhaji.
okay. My question is, like, today we are living in the world of the multilateral trade.
Yeah,
India is a signatories of the WTO.
yeah,
So India cannot put any kind of the ban directly to the any country. Suppose right now we are not doing any trade with the Pakistan, but we are doing the trade with the Pakistan, because the Pakistan is doing trade with the Dubai and we are doing trade with the Dubai. So
yeah,
we live in a multilateral country. We don't. These are the things with the Xiaomi and others. Like, you import the salts from the China for the medical. You import a lot of medical equipments. China is basically a production hub. It is the America who has to take up this call and ask their businessman to invest and open the production unit in some other countries, diversify the economy. If they
yeah,
don't diversify the economy, China will become again and again a giant. Donald Trump was trying to do that, and Donald Trump on the road to do that, but unfortunately that he could not re-elected in the United States of America, and the Mr. Biden, Joe Biden, he is very pro to the Chinese during the election campaign, and China was very hopeful to revamp the relationship with the United States of America. So we should not like in a trade the we are having so much relationship, close economic relationship. For example, China, India is only the member of the Shanghai Cooperations. China is, the India and China is, both are the member of the Shanghai Cooperations. Where in that cooperations, the even the Japan is not getting the membership. Then we are the members in the BRICS country. What we can do, that we know what the China is doing, the arm twisting. It is not possible for China to go for the full-fledged conventional war with the India. It is a conventional war for the simple reason because China is a one-India policy, and in one-India policy, if any soldiers lose life, the two families will be affected, and it will be great revolt inside the China itself. Then, secondly, the Chinese government, they always day and night they teach about right to work, right to work. At the end of the year, if they don't give the job, if they don't give any kind of the job opportunity in China, it will be disastrous for the Chinese people, because it's in China is in a communist country. So, and the right to work is a fundamental right in the Chinese constitution.
Yeah,
Let's not
yeah.
forget about that. So
In
they have
India
their,
also, but how they are maintaining that is a matter of concern.
yeah,
The
yeah.
right to work.
So it's a lot of internal problems. China
Yeah,
is an only concern right now. We are having a very close relationship with the Russia, and Russia is already making a check. If you remember, China is having very close relation with Taliban, and Russia was also having the close relation. When the
yeah.
India persuaded the Russia, then the Russians
Just
said,
to
we are not going.
just to
They
exclude
maintain
China
the
and
distance.
Pakistan or not. Yeah,
Now they know that tomorrow this all the Talibani leaders, they will go to the Moscow and meet with the Putin and settle down all these things, right? So India is going to be in the picture. Now the China is asking, then they know that India should also join in the meeting. India should also come, because you know that at the end of the that in these regions, who will be the more benefited? Pakistan is nowhere, because Pakistan does not have the money to invest in anywhere. Pakistan does not have the money to pay the salary of their army,
yeah,
right? So, let's the concern. I'll telling you the what is in a global economic contrast. Global economic situation is that if China, India, and Russia they get united, it will become the biggest economy in the world. America will be nowhere. One of the economists say, McNamara say that if these three countries get united in the trade also, they will eat the Europe at the breakfast time and the America at lunch time, and they won't have to eat anything at the dinner time. It will become such a strong economy, right? So the another possibility is Russia, India, and Iran, but Iran is out of our control. The kind of the tendencies they have, and
yeah,
we should not forget about that. The China is the only country who exposed the Islamic country. In the Xinjiang state, they broken the 10 of the mosque. They say you cannot keep the Islamic name. They are the 500 names, and say in out of the 500 names you can, even if you take any Muslim name, then you have to keep the one Chinese name also, like Muhammad Jiang, this and that. And then above than that, they say that you remove all these the graveyards. Your graveyard is not going to be
yeah.
accepted over here.
But
You-
Subodhji,
you-
I'm coming to
so
the point of the United
my
States.
question
Okay,
is
yeah,
my
yeah,
question is my the summation. I'm giving the background to initiate the debate.
yeah,
The China is going in the arm twisting with the India. In arm
yeah,
twisting, if they are trying to pressurize, because
yeah,
India is the trying to observe the Chinese. This was a policy of the new government to catch the Chinese, and the India is a member of the two quads, and these two quads are against the Chinese, right?
yeah.
India
So
and China both,
China also understood how the
and China,
development is going on.
and
So
last
they're
my
trying to, yeah, they're
the
trying to
the crux
just
of my
trying to make,
debate
yeah,
crux of my debate is that China and India both are nuclearized. So it
yeah.
means the going for a full-fledged war is going to remain from out of the history,
Okay,
right? If the
okay.
India, if the China can destroy us,
Your say is just China is not going to be the war with India at any country. That is not the
okay.
nature and history of the China.
Sir,
So, but
last point, I
yeah,
would like to make the last
please,
point, and
please,
last point that India has entered with Russia for the nuclear umbrella, which
yeah,
like in a nuclear umbrella. The Donald
yeah,
Trump kept on pressurizing the India not to go with the Russia for the nuclear umbrella, but India has already signed the deal with the nuclear umbrella. Once we have the nuclear umbrella, then knowingly unknowingly you have to go for the conventional war. You cannot go for the nuclear war, right? So,
This is maybe a apprehension or the analysis, but I'm coming to the U.S. angle, the triangular relation. Vandanaji, the United States and Russia, previously Soviet, has been the consistent part of the development in Chinese and Indian relation. As a major power, Japan has also been a part of the China-India relation with initiatives such as the quadrilateral security dialogue, where China is not there. And Pakistan and China share relations in an attempt in an attempt and if you see the the Pakistan and China have the share relation and attempt to the content India as well as the drive Chinese infrastructure projects in the disputed territory of northern Kashmir. The Middle East, Latin America, and Africa are places where both India and China engage and compete. The Middle East is also important to both countries in terms of their energy security. In Africa, China and India seem most engaged across a wide variety of issues, from the development to peacekeeping. In South Asia and Southeast Asia, a power balance struggle between China and India is in the triangular relation. Just you're discussing the Middle East, they're important. Recently, the Quadrilateral Economic Forum also just maybe irritated to the China. But on the international, they very good quotes. On the 11th November 1950, Maharshi Shri Aurobindo wrote in the Mother India, the gesture that can save is to take a firm, quote unquote, the gesture by Aurobindo, the gesture that can save is to take a firm line with China, denounce openly her nefarious intents and stand without reservation by the USA. Literally, China is almost 10 times as strong we are, but India, as a spearhead of American defense of democracy, can easily halt Mao's mechanism millions. On March 28, 1963, Sudhir Ghosh recorded the President of United States, John F. Kennedy, reaction on the reading Sri Aurobindo words. One great Indian, Nehru, showed you the path of non-alignment between China and America, and another great Indian, Aurobindo, showed you another way of survival. The choice is up to the people of India. Earlier in the meeting, Ghosh recorded Kennedy's reaction to a letter from Nehru. He indistinctly said that when a few months earlier, when Mr. Nehru was overwhelmed by the power of communist China, he made desperate appeal to him for air protection and non-alignment or no non-alignment. The president had to respond. He added sarcastically that Mr. Nehru conversion lasted only a few days. So, Vandanaji, why I read all the quotes? How Nehru, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, responsible for just to promote the China, how just he given the seats in UNSC just to sideline the interest of India, how they are responsible. How do you think that? Unmute yourself, please.
Actually, thank you. It's a very eye opener. This is called, people have to be shown this.
Yeah.
It has to be talked about. Now we need to see what has been actually dumped into the pages and the books. Like, it has to be revealed. So you have to recognize, when you talk about the simple thing, like when people are knowing, they get furious about how could that be that I just born in Bharat have so much passion. Even I don't live in Bharat. I live in America. I'm a US citizen with a US passport. But on the contrary, when we talk about if somebody comes and talks to me that it has to be given to Bharat, the UNSC, Security Council, we will do lobbying back and forth, collect all the people, even somebody like our another friends, not even Indian means origin. We will try to do that. That is called living it. But this person being the prime minister, and he offered that to China. So that has to be divulged what has been into it, like for them, for that family. And that is still going on because and now their ancestors, you see that the interest, they want to live in Bharat, but do they have a real interest for Bharat? No. So people have to understand that. मतलब लूटने के लिए people come from outside and they luto. And but here they are sitting inside and luto and then throwing it outside. What is their intent? What is their intent? So coming, you asked about, like, in the context of the US and India, because why they are, because they are two democratic countries. And where China and India, they are the two most populous nations in the world. Number one is China, number two is, like, when we talk about it. So that, and then he was talking, Subodhji did mention, if Russia and he gave a quote of someone, Russia, China, and Bharat joins it. But can China be trusted?
No, no. China we cannot be trusted.
Never.
Yeah. So we are seeing it because their statement, you're talking about breakfast, lunch, and all. I am going to say that in the breakfast, China's statement is different. And during the snack time, don't even wait for the lunch. Their action differs. Then,
Yes,
like, we have seen it, means, like, when you talk about Leh and Ladakh, what is their problem? Means they already have so much. And this is not that they are doing only with India. Even if the stupid nation that I call it as a rogue nation like Pakistan, they are not realizing it. Do you think that why China is helping them? I wish
Yeah.
that some of their leadership, they if they are, means, like, they realize that. See the history of China, whichever nations that they have helped financially, what intent, like, they have grabbing. And
Yeah,
in
land
US,
grabber, you can say. Yeah.
yeah, in US it is not happening because US is a superpower. Like, no matter it is a Democratic party ruling or it is a Republican party, when it comes to the matter of nation, we are not the people, those who are the Congressee sitting. Even if I, being Republican, I will stand for my nation, to be honest, even if it is a Democratic party ruling, because nation comes first and then the
Yeah.
parties.
That's
That's it.
nice. Great.
Thank you.
So nice. So the last take, Subodhji. Why just after knowing the all facts, as you analyzed, why China is trying to show their face and just how they're just trying to show how they are strong and why they are strong? Do you think this matters or not?
it matters.
With reference to India and other
Yeah,
countries also.
with reference to India, that is China is in having the socialist economy. The socialist economy means the government owned the industry, right? We do have the same economy, same type of the economy, like an ONGC, Steel Authority of India Limited, Indian Railways. These are the permanent assets with the government, right? Anytime the cash cow with the banking sectors. Imagine the China is in having all these companies. So in the China, when the two companies beats, they are the in same country, in the same military organization, one to the another. Northern military is winning the tender with the southern military, like that. This is one of the biggest strength of the Chinese economy. Secondly, the country as a whole, they don't waste the time in the temple, mosque, church, this, that. They are above than that, because largely the being in a communist country, they are atheist, right? They have to just go to the Buddha. Maximum the old people, the young people, they like Buddha. Like the Buddha is in their culture, in their blood. And they in day and night they quote about the Buddha, 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 and the everything. And the Buddha was largely an atheist himself. First of all, the Buddha was also an atheist god. So it's merged with them, very gel with them very closely. So this is a strength. Now I'm coming to the point, because Mrs. Vandana ji was raising the questions about the Nehru. Nehru was looking the Nobel Prize. He was a frustrated guy. He was looking the Nobel Prize in the world, Nobel Peace Prize, right? He wanted to become a champion of third world country, so initiated the NAM with the Nasir and the Tito and himself,
What Indira
right?
Gandhi also tried to propagate but could not succeed.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was the desperate of the looking for. That's the reason he spoiled the Kashmir issue. Then he spoiled the by Panchsheel. China is in a communist country. Why do you trust? China says that this is a bourgeois country. This is a capitalist country. And that time, the
Sir,
fever
that
of
was
the
a
communism.
blunder. That was blunder. Just Nehru gave the seats of UNSC to
Yeah,
China.
China.
Now, how we
And
have been
Khrushchev,
faced
yes,
with all
and
fronts.
and the Khrushchev was in a warning India.
After the long battle and the long just now recently we have given the temporary seats. We are
Yes,
just
and
entitled for the permanent seats. We are a
yes.
superpower. Yeah.
So the Khrushchev already warned Jawaharlal Nehru, don't trust your neighbor. No, like in a the Mao Zedong can be the not in a being in a communist country. The China was in a kicked out from the Communist International in before
So that is a matter
1962.
of a long history. Actually, time is
No,
going on.
I'm coming to the point.
Please, one
So the
minute we have
because
left. Yeah.
because of the Nobel Prize, because of the Nobel Prize, the Nehru has spoiled the whole kind of the relationship and he escalated till the war. The defense minister is saying that you should know, like, produce the chocolate in the ordnance factory. And secondly, that the Nehru was such a guy, nasty guy. He implemented the Vanswad over there also. The real general was replaced by Mr. Cole, and Mr. Cole was not having an experience of the fighting the war. He was, in the general of the logistics. He was a man who was supplying the food and the rifles, so he became the general, Mr. Cole. So one Kashmiri Pandit led by the another Kashmiri Pandit, and we lost the war. In the very famous book with the Dalvi, the Himalayas blunder, and the who the Chinese invited you and you get pampered. You enter into the Chinese border, and finally what happened? The China started saying to the whole world, "Look, India has attacked on the China. India has attacked on the China," and they entered. It's
Okay.
Nehru's blunder. Nehru is
Now,
responsible for the
yeah,
1962 war.
yeah, yeah.
Nobody else is responsible for that. And
Great.
and and then in the 1975 1970, I give the credit to the one gentleman in the Congress party, that his name is PV Narasimha Rao. He
Yeah.
understood the Indian economy very well. China opened the economy in the 1975. Narasimha Rao opened the economy in the 1991,
1991. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the China expertise in the production unit, in this one, and India expertise in the service sector. China
Okay.
cannot match with
So
us
Suvaji,
in the
Suvaji,
last
time is
last.
going to up.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no. China
And now I
cannot
will
match
also
with
take the Alokji just one take.
Alokji,
Yeah.
China cannot match with us in the tertiary sector, in service sector, and we cannot match with them in the production, right? And by the way, last my things, the Infosys chairman is Xi Jinping's close friend. Both are
Oh,
the both are the CPM member.
actually there is a different story. Or
See,
whatever friends or not
no,
friends.
I'm just
Actually,
uh,
all businessmen are all the friends of all the
no,
countries.
no, no, no.
This is not a matter of concern for the Indo-China relationship. Alokji, just you
Alokji,
came late.
welcome,
Yeah.
Alokji.
Welcome,
Thank
Alok.
you.
Heard you from how just you came late. Just a brief, 1 minute. Yeah, how just you analyze the Indo-China relationship and the new twist and how just they're behaving China now again.
Uh, China, in my opinion, has always, backstabbed India. Be it 62, when we were talking about Indo-Chini Bye-Bye,
Mm-hmm.
and now they were given another opportunity to come closer so that in case we cannot solve our border issues, at least we can go ahead with the trade. And trade is going on in billions of dollars, but what happens is that their expansionist plan is such that they cannot get away with their old habits. They have not changed much at all. So it is like today India saying that once upon a time Afghanistan was part of India, or let's say Sri Lanka and Burma was also part of India, and Nepal was also part of India, and even Thailand and Indonesia. Just think of Singapore. It's the country of the lions. The name itself suggests where the name comes from. So we start telling the whole world that this is India and we are going to conquer it sooner or later. So now that policy does not work. If we talk about trade, they were given a very good opportunity by the world. Like Subodhi said, we were specializing more in service sector and they were specializing more in manufacturing. But it is in a way our own mistake also that we let them sell things which could have been produced in India. I mean, are you telling me that we cannot produce Diwali lights or crackers?
Yes,
We can send a person, a rocket to Mars. We can send a rocket to the moon, and we cannot make a small Hawaii. I mean, this is crazy, and we have to buy it from China. This is shame on the governments which were existing, that they were playing the China card. Maybe like in the past they've had this relationship with the Soviet Union. Now Soviet Union is not there anymore, so the only left orientation is towards China. So maybe they were getting funding, and we know like who's been going to have dinners with the Chinese. We all know about that. So I think there is something else to it than just what appears on the face. So, and now with the concept of Make in India, I think we are course correcting. We made a mistake, but it is, if in case you are a learned, a wisdom, if you have some wisdom, you can always course correct yourself. So the current government is course correcting, and in case we can become an alternative to the supply chain in the world, because this dynamics is going to change in the future, because nobody after COVID or Wuhan virus is in favor of
China,
consolidating
China, yeah,
all the how do you put it,
yeah,
supply chains
yeah.
into just one country. So the diversification is going to be there, and India, this is the opportunity for India, and we have to encash it, come what may.
Yeah. So nice. Just look, just you came late, but just you put your whatever, just thinking in the right manner.
देर आए,
So
दुरुस्त आए.
thanks to Vandana ji and Subodh ji and Alok ji. Just the new twist in the bilateral relationship. I think who will be the actually loser? I think not India loser, but the market of the China maybe the loser, and going to be very soon. Whatever India, government of India has banned so many apps, and other way also, and the public awareness in India is going up against the Chinese product, as I have seen it, as I have realized it, and everyone going to realize it. That is also a social awareness against China with for their misact against India, whatever they're trying to do. Thank you very much. Just you participate in the show, and China should learn from his their blunders against India. If they will try to learn the lesson, the world will be happy. Other will China may be not happy at anymore. Thank you very much, and but thanks to all panelists.